With the halachot of Seudat Shelishit. So there's a very, very interesting halacha that many people aren't actually aware of. Does Seudat Shelishit apply to women as well or not? Do women have an obligation to have a third meal, third seudah? So in fact, there is no difference, but even though you would think it's a mitzvah, it's a positive time bound mitzvah, 3 meals on Shabbat, but we explained earlier when we spoke about the halachot of lighting Shabbat candles, that whoever is obligated in the mitzvah of zachor of Shabbat, the active mitzvot aseh, is also obligated in the shamor, the lo ta'aseh. Women are obligated in both. Therefore, there is no difference between men and women when it comes to Seudat Shelishit. Even women are obligated in the Seudat Shelishit. Ideally, they should make it with bread. If difficult, they can do it with mezonot, like we've explained yesterday, or even fruits if too hard. But it's important that they shouldn't think that it doesn't apply to them. They should make an effort to have a Seudat Shelishit as well. Now, what about when's the latest time to start your Seudat Shelishit? So the Halacha explains that from Shikiyat HaChama on Saturday evening, on Shabbat evening, from sunset and on, officially, you can no longer have a meal or eat anything until you make Havdalah. However, Ovadia explains that even though it's asur to generally have from sunset and on, the Halacha explains that someone who didn't do Seudat Shelishit has what we call ben hashmashot, 13 and a half halachic minutes, shot maniot, to start his seudah, to wash his hands, make hamotzi, start the meal, and it's okay. Even though sunset passed, he has that gray area, what we call ben hashmashot, 13 and a half halachic minutes, to begin the seudah, to do nitlat yadayim, make hamotzi, start his seudah, and then he can continue eating as much as he wants. And Halacha explains that even if the time of Tzedek Kovim arrives, Shabbat ends, he doesn't have to stop eating. Why? Because so long that you began your seudah when it was still permissible, meaning during the day, or even up to 13 and a half minutes after sunset if you're really pressed for time, but ideally you do it before sunset. You can continue your seudah for however long you want. Once you're done eating, once you finish with seudah, you're singing, then you say Birkat Hamazon, and at that point you stop eating until you make Havdalah. So that's an important halacha. That's the minhag as well, that once you start in a permissible manner, you can continue and go as long as you want. Same thing applies to someone who's doing Seudat Shelishit with mezonot. Ovadia adds that if you're having your Seudat Shelishit with the mezonot and you miss sunset, you have that 13 and a half minute shot maniot window to have mezonot to fulfill your obligation. And lastly, just to wrap this part up, even if you bring now desserts, bring fruits, bring watermelon and the like, during that Seudat Shelishit, you can still have it even though it's after Shekiyah, after Tzedek Chavim, because it's still part of that Seudah, and while you're part of the Seudah, you can eat and drink whatever you want. Once you end the Seudah, then you have to wait till Havdalah to consume any food or drink. Have a wonderful day.